And it's a momentous day for the ARCA Menards Series. Their 1,500th race started back in 1953. They asked everyone in the garage to come out for the photo. Anybody who's been there for at least one ARCA Menards race, and there's a lot in there, Bill, that have been there for many of them.
Many races. Matt and I have been, we have a few ARCA races on our resume as well.
Yes, we do.
All right, Corey Heim leading the field to green for the first time. Ty Gibbs on the outside. Green flag is in the air. We are green from Mid-Ohio.
Trouble already. Chris Wright is around.
Exactly in the spot you don't want to get stuck.
Well, it looks like he's going to be stuck here. You see him try to get the rear wheel spinning. Great start by Brandon Jones to grab that second spot.
We stay green right now, while Chris Wright, definitely not the start we anticipated. The road course ace, all kinds of experience, got off course. Now the caution is out.
Yeah, we will have local yellows here on this road course, but obviously Chris stuck in the gravel pit there. That's going to necessitate a full course yellow.
Yeah, that car's sitting on the frame rails right there.
Let's take a look back exactly what happened on the start there.
I didn't see any contact. You see him on the...
Sitting on the frame rails right there.
Let's take a look back exactly what happened on the start there.
I didn't see any contact. You see him on the outside of the racetrack, and actually he might have had...
You can tell here if there was any contact. Gosh, it almost looks like he just lost it on his own.
Yeah, they were close. It's hard to say whether there was contact or not. He was off. Drew Dollar was awfully close to the back end of Chris Wright's car.
And we were just talking about how well groomed that sand trap was, or the kitty litter trap. That's some serious gravel. He is stuck. Let's go to the pits, check in with Jamie Howe once again. What are you hearing, Jamie?
Well, I want to start off with Ty Gibbs and the issue that he had. So he lined up in the second position. We see him now back and forth. He actually took the blame for that. He said he missed a shift at the start, hit it on the chip. He actually apologized to his team. So he's going to get another go at a green flag here, just a couple of laps. I want to move on to the number 15 of Drew Dollar. There was question whether or not there was any contact between him and Chris Wright. There was some contact. He actually apologized to his guys as well for putting them in that position. Fortunately, there is no real damage. They did check the tire as he came by just to make sure it was holding pressure. It seems to be doing that at this time, so he's going to get to try again.
Race control says they're going to try to get the green.
And Tim Richmond now being pushed back into the garage area. Really an unfortunate unfolding to the weekend for him. A week ago, that car didn't even have an engine in it. They actually had support from 6 different teams in the ARCA garage just here today to get that car out on the racetrack. You know, as part of the pre-race ceremonies, they announce every driver. And when they said Tim Richmond's name, there were applause up and down pit lane. It was a feel-good moment. Unfortunately, no, the race is over.
Thank you, Jamie. Yes, certainly unfortunate. All that build-up, all the work and time and energy that went into it, he didn't even make it one lap. So his day is done. Green flag is in the air.
Really nice start by Brandon Jones before Heim is able to grab that lead back in turn 1.
Brandon Jones with a solid restart, but it was Corey Heim.
Look at Brandon Jones going to try to outbrake Corey Heim into the keyhole. Looks like Corey Heim overdrove the corner. Brandon Jones is going to get underneath him.
He's going to lose 2 spots here.
Nick Sanchez strong on the restart again, just like we saw time and time again at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's on the bumper of the 18, that black car of Ty Gibbs.
Fastest part of the racetrack, over 160 miles an hour into turn number 4. Corey Heim back to the inside. Remember now, the 25 of Brandon Jones and the 20 of Corey Heim are teammates.
One going for a championship, the other, the one in that bright yellow Menards 25, going for just the race win today.
Yeah, keep an eye on that black car as well. That is Ty Gibbs.
I bet Bill and Billy get pretty nervous with the teammates racing that early in the race.
How about that move by Ty Gibbs getting inside of Corey Heim in a battle for second?
First time we've been to a road course this year for the ARCA Menards Series. This is race number 7 of 20. Ty Gibbs trying to get to the inside, almost spins the 20 of Corey Heim.
They definitely made contact. Now he's going to switch back over by the start-finish line, see if he can outbreak him into turn number 1. made by Ty Gibbs early on.
The 20 of Corey Heim won twice this year. Ty Gibbs in the 18 has won 4 times, but it's Corey Heim who's leading the point standings, the Bounty rookie standings.
Austin Hill trying to make the move around Nick Sanchez. That's a battle for 4th.
Austin Hill in the 1 started this race 7th. The Truck Series regular. You heard Jamie Howe talking about his issues, transmission issues in practice. Look at this battle. The 18 of Ty Gibbs gets around Corey Heim, but he's going to the inside to try to get it back.
Look at it, beating and banging some more. Corey Heim moved Ty Gibbs out of the way. They make some more.
Does somebody need to tell him this isn't the last lap?
We are on lap 6, I think.
Exactly.
It is a short race, though, and they've got to have that in the back of their mind.
Corey Gibbs' son, Ty Gibbs, is going after the 25 of Brandon Jones, and he moves inside him.
And that's where Ty Gibbs was able to close the gap as well and get around Corey Heim. And now, battling Brandon Jones and the 25, and he gets him.
That was a power move right there.
Still 2 laps down. Look at this battle right here. Nick Sanchez, Austin Hill have been going at it for 3 laps. The 1 just can't get around him.
Austin was going to try to do it on the outside. Hasn't been able to. He's going to take matters in his own hands.
Yes,
shove him out of the way.
Meanwhile, the 15 of Drew Dollar has closed up on this battle.
And he's going to move him out of the way.
That poor guy is getting picked on.
I think Nick has a lot of confidence after Charlotte and what they were able to do. Their performance week in and week out has been really impressive.
It really is beneficial.
It was a good shot at Thad Moffitt. Thad having a great season. 3rd points coming into this race. He's running 7th right now as we go back to the battle. Something happened to Drew Dollar. Something happened to Drew Dollar right there.
Yeah, he broke something in the left front. Looked like definitely broke something in the left front.
Yeah.
But he had that damage from the first lap earlier. He got into Chris Wright.
Yeah, it looks like maybe an upper control arm or something like that. But yeah, that left front tire was definitely askew here.
Yeah, ball joint, something on the left front.
No, more than likely that it probably will be terminal. You see, it's not supposed to be pointed that way. Jamie, what's going on down there with Drew Dollar?
Well, they were thinking, judging by the word they were getting, is that it was probably just the right front tire. Once they get the car to pit lane and they get a better set of eyes on it, they're going to know it's a little bit of a bigger issue, and that tire they have up on the wall is not going to be enough.
Unfortunate for Drew Dollar. He was 6th at the time. 2nd, 7th, 4th, 2nd, and 3rd. Those are his finishes this season. It's been really impressive. And Brandon Jones, 3rd and 4th, trouble on the racetrack. And he goes right in the sand trap that we had talked about.
Yeah, Russ Lane in the 69 car, they call that China Beach. You don't want to go to China Beach.
You'd be sunning yourself for a little bit, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
And Russ Lane is upset, but I can promise you there's one person that might be a little bit more upset.
Chris Wright?
Chris Wright.
See what happens here. I don't know, maybe didn't have any brakes, but when he hit the brakes, it looked like it locked up the rear brakes.
Or wheel hopped it.
Or wheel hopped it, exactly.
Caution is out on lap 19. Let's go to the pits once again with Jamie.
Listening into the team radio right now, they're talking to Russ Lane. They asked him, will it refire? And he said, no, I don't have any brakes. He said he went to hit the pedal just as you suspected. There was nothing there. They're talking him through, trying to repump it right now, see if he can get anything in him while he's stuck in the sand trap there. But it might be an early end to the day for Russ Lane.
Russ Lane was running 8th there as they wait to dig him out of China Beach. We will step aside. We'll rack him up. Drop the green flag again. And before this incident, Drew Dollar had his issues. Take a look.
He was running along here racing Nick Sanchez, and something broke on the left front. You can see it's down a little bit low, and you can see that left front tire is in and out or whatever. So it's an upper control arm or a top of a spindle or something like that.
And that damage was from lap number 1. He is out of the race car. Jamie?
He actually said there was a lot of something that broke in the left front of that race car. But for you, Drew, out of the race early on today, did it give you any sort of indication beforehand that it was going to give up?
I felt like the lap before I maybe started to feel some stuff with the brakes. I was just trying to take everything really easy, get to halfway. We had a really good Toyota Camry out here. Sunbelt Rentals team got it really dialed in after practice, made some really good adjustments, and I was being told we were one of the fastest cars out there. And then one lap before, I started to feel a little bit of something maybe break, and then went through turn one and knew something had broken, and that was the end of our day.
It wasn't the first issue that you had today at the first green, the initial green flag, the start of this race. There was contact. You were at the tail end of that. You apologized to your team. What happened on that start?
Yeah, I think we missed, someone up front missed a shift on the start, and we were just all bottled up, and they braked really early, and that's just a mistake, I guess. I'll have to go look back at it. We were able to roll a lot of speed through one, and the guys in front of me weren't quite up to speed yet. So that's just a mistake. I ran into the back of them. That's my bad. But like I said, we had a really good Sunbelt Rentals Toyota Camry, and I really wish we could have made it the whole race.
They get ready to open pit road. Phil, tell us about our pit stop procedures for the ARCA Menard series.
Yeah, these guys will come down pit road. A maximum of 4 crew members will be allowed over the wall. They're allowed to change tires and put fuel in it, but they cannot do it at the same time. They have to wait till one is done before they start doing the other. And the restart order will be based on how the running order at the time of the caution. If they come in pit, then they're going to go out and maintain their positions on the racetrack that they had as they came in.
It's all about safety, so there's nothing really to be gained there. They want to take their time, do your tires if you want to take tires, and then take the fuel separately. Jamie.
Let's start off with Ty Gibbs, and he and his crew chief, Mark McFarland, having a bit of communication over the radio the last couple of laps. He didn't have any pressure in front. He didn't have any pressure from behind. He wasn't pressuring anybody out in the front. And he said, just focus on your chassis, Mark said. And so that's what Ty did. He said, I would like it to be a little bit freer, but I don't want to lose any of the forward drive that I have. So they didn't really make any adjustments there for him on this stop. He said, you're going to put some sticker tires on it. They did give him 2 new bottles of water for him to drink over this 5-minute stop here on pit lane. They did fuel first, so a little bit of a strategy play for just them and their comfort level as the team. Moved down to the number 20, that's Corey Heim. He was beating himself up over the radio at the end of that lap run, and he said, I've got to do better here in the cockpit. But his crew chief, Shannon Rush, he said, you don't need to do better in the cockpit. You're doing great. I've got something better for you sitting out here on pit lane. It was a set up for new General Tires. He said this is always going to be better. And if we move down pit lane a little bit further to Austin Hill in the number 1 machine, they're adjusting the front tire pressure for him. He wants to get a better launch. Track bar adjustment. And you see a little bit more side bite in that machine. And Spotter told him that on the 18th lap, that was his fastest lap that he had run so far in the race, which is a bit of a surprise because he was concerned about the tire wear off. He's never done a race on General Tires before, so he was trying to come to grips, literally, with that. But he said, yeah, I tried a couple things. I think I got my line a little bit better. He's excited now as we move into the second stage of this race. So all the teams still figuring a few things out. I'm excited for them to get back out on the racetrack, Jamie.
Yeah, and they've got to take care of those tires. Probably the only time we will see them come down pit road for those new General Tires. Ty Gibbs in the 18, the control car here. Green flag is in the air.
If I was a betting man, I think there's going to be more donuts inside of these cars by the end of the race.
Austin Hill in the 1, getting some of that action. Not wasting any time. Brandon Jones back there in that bright yellow Menards, number 25, staying close.
How about Corey Heim trying to do it on the outside in the keyhole here? And it was good till they ran out of room there. Austin Hill all over the back of Corey Heim.
They made a track bar adjustment for Austin, and he's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely got the gloves off.
I think he spent that first half of that race just learning the racetrack, learning these cars, learning these tires.
Caution out for the 3rd time today. Tim Richmond once again. The 27, you heard the story earlier. All hands on deck trying to help him out. And you see right there, the engine has let go for the 27.
But it's going to be a good break for Chris Wright. He now is the highest placed non-lead lap car. He's 2 laps down, so he's going to get one of those laps back here, Matt.
Corey Heim in the 20 with a big jump.
Ooh, that's going to be questionable right there.
It looked like almost too good a jump, really.
I'm sure the ARCA guys are going to be looking at that and saying, is that a little bit early, or are we good there?
You can beat the leader to the start-finish line, but the leader has to launch first. That's the whole key. We'll have to see. I'm sure the ARCA officials will look back at that.
dad right there. He will have that thing big time get into that corner.
I thought he was going to get the back of Brandon Jones, too.
Pass through for the 20. You guys were right. He jumped too good. Right here, the outside, Corey Heim across the finish line, start-finish line first. That is a big penalty.
You can get to the start-finish line first, but you can't launch first. You have to let the leader launch. You have to let the leader start the race, and obviously he didn't do that.
You have to let him twitch at that point. Right?
Yeah,
just
that was
a
more
little
than
bit of movement.
That was a big launch.
And there's times too when the leader will spin the tires, and it looks like you don't give him an opportunity to launch, and you get bit, but. That time, it was obvious that Corey Heim launched first.
At that point, I guarantee you Corey Heim's sitting there saying, he spun the tires. He spun the tires. I promise he did.
Well, and Ty Gibbs, he said he missed a shift earlier in this race, so he's probably thinking, well, did that happen again?
Brandon Jones is where he wants to be, behind that 18 car to see what he's got.
And see what he can learn from him. I mean, should this be the other way around? I mean, him learning
You would
from
think. You would think.
That's just how good Ty Gibbs is. Everybody keeping their eye on him. Corey Heim, what happened?
Well, he's given his crew chief an opportunity to plead his case. It's going to fall on deaf ears, unfortunately, but he's going to give him an opportunity to plead his case. I would think he'll come in this next time. If he disobeys the black flag too many times, then they will stop scoring his car, and that'll essentially end his day. So I'm sure, as much as he hates to, he'll have to come to pit road. There's a pleading right there. Shannon Rush is pleading with the ARC officials that he didn't run, that Ty spun the tires, Ty missed the gear. He's going through all the list of reasons that happened, but I think at the end of the day, they're going to bring Corey Heim to pit road.
Tough break for the 20 of Corey Heim. I mean, what a season. His worst finish this year is third. And guys, this is a short race. We've only got 16 laps to go. His patience was running very thin. He was all over the 25 of Brandon Jones. You see Thad Moffitt still ahead of him, but Austin Hill has entered the mix and gone around the 25 as well.
See, new sponsor on Thad Moffitt's car, this Dirty Ease. I saw a bunch of their executives down there in the garage area earlier. He's giving them a great show running in the third spot. Right, essentially, he's running second right now because Corey Heim will have to come to pit road, and there he is.
Yeah, he was talking about using those curbs to make your car turn, but maybe not the other cars.
Well, 8 tires, man.
8 tires
way better than 4.
Right? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. I've been told that once or twice.
And that is the pass-through penalty for Corey Heim for jumping the start ahead of our leader. Let's check in with Jamie.
And as I watch Corey go down pit lane, what looks like an appropriate speed, the big reminder to him as he served this penalty from his crew chief, Shannon Rush, was keep a cool head. We cannot afford to speed. We got to get back out there on the track and get these points.
Oh, we just got word. Corey Heim speeding on pit road. Insult to injury.
That will bring him back down pit road for another pass-through penalty.
That's exactly what Jamie Howe was just saying. They were telling him and preaching to him about your speed. Jamie, what are they saying?
These are tough lessons for young drivers. The reminder again, do not speed. As soon as you get to that yellow line, you've got to back it down. He said, I did. So he's got a lot of things going through his mind right now. He's still obviously very upset about the initial penalty that brought all of this along. He feels like he waited until the start line to launch for the restart of this race. So he's going to have to calm down and just make it to the checker flag.
Look at the difference. What I noticed, the Austin Hill's car, the Gibbs car, the attitude of that thing going down the straightaway. I mean, you got Hill's car, the splitter balance is 5 inches, 6 inches off the ground. And Gibbs' car is 2 inches off the ground.
Austin Hill in a Vittori racing machine. Jamie, what are they saying?
When I talked to Austin earlier today, he was very aware of all of those stats you just unfolded on Ty Gibbs. He said, that's my marker. I didn't come here just to get experience and figure out some road racing. I want to beat Ty Gibbs also. And in order to do that, the way that this race is unfolded, talked about he changed his line. They made a couple of adjustments to the car. They lowered the tire pressures. But Austin himself, he's now realized that he just changed his braking points. And that's what's allowed him to pick up some speed. So he's faster than a lot of the guys out there right now, and he's hoping he's fast enough to get around Ty Gibbs here at the end.
How about this guy, Stanton Barrett? Haven't seen him in a race car in a little bit, since 2001 in the ARCA and series. Stuntman in Hollywood. His dad was a racer. I mean, the lineage between these two goes back so far.
Yeah, I worked with Stanton's dad back when Stanton was 8 years old, so I've known this young man who's now certainly an adult since he was 8 years old. What a great kid. And great to see him back. He's just doing this for fun. I mean, he's got an incredible career as a stunt coordinator, as a stunt man. But Jamie, he's having a blast out there and doing a great job.
He really is, and he has big plans for the future of this team. He's working on a trucks program for the 2022 season. When I saw him after practice, though, he was beating himself up a little bit. This car that he's driving is one that he's had his hand in and building from the ground up, and he felt like they just really had the wrong master cylinder in it for here this weekend. So he said, it's okay. We're still going to go out there and have fun. We're still going to do something with it, but we definitely have some work to do on the program. Now stick with me here because this is such a great story. So he's a businessman. He's in his 40s. He lives in Andorra, which is about 3 hours north of Belgium. But he had a meeting. In 2013, he went to Texas Motor Speedway to meet with Roger Penske. He was trying to do a business-to-business program, and it was at that moment that he fell in love with stock car racing. He had never been around it, didn't know anything about it, but he went back to Europe, and he got to work, and he turned that into a 2017 European late model championship. There was 8 races in between Holland and Belgium. He's been getting his feet wet in the stock car racing world. He also owns a 1964 F1 car, so he's very well versed in the world of racing. But he said, this is more fun than I've ever had anywhere else in the world on a blacktop.
That's a great story, Jamie. I love it. He talked about he dreamed of racing at this particular track. This one stood out to him, of course, his background, but he watched races at Mid-Ohio and couldn't wait to make it happen. 44 years old, making his American debut in a race car.
And he continues to run fast lap times. He hasn't slowed down at all.
There it is right there.
That was phenomenal.
White flag is out. 1 lap to go. As Phil said, the next flag will end the race. If it's a caution flag, Ty Gibbs takes it. And if it's the finish, well, he picks up his 6th win of the season. Ty Gibbs making his way around. Checker flag is in the air. Ty Gibbs wins it at Mid-Ohio.
Yes, sir!
Woo! 5th win of 2021. The team celebrates. Get unhooked. Another beautiful race for Ty Gibbs. Led 35 laps. As he climbs out, our Jamie Howe is there.
And with the smoke still clearing in the air behind him, Ty Gibbs celebrates on the top of the number 18 as he gets his gloves off, gets off that helmet. Ty, it is 4 in a row in the ARCA Menard series. Overcame a brand new track, not only just a brand new track, a brand new road course. First time here doing these race laps at Mid-Ohio. When you overcome this kind of a challenge, what effect does it have on the celebration?
Yeah, it's definitely nice because I feel like that's the points lead. So after I don't know, I think he jumped the start, so we got points lead on that one, I believe. So that's nice. You know, I'm kind of just relaxed right now. I'm just super happy, and, you know, I really can't thank everybody enough for this Joe Gibbs Racing crew. I got my family up there, and, you know, this is just awesome. Won in Mid-Ohio. So hopefully we get 2 in a row. We got 1 more tomorrow, so, you know, hopefully we can do that.
You mentioned 1 more tomorrow. That's the Xfinity race that will be here tomorrow afternoon. You have to race in that one also. What did you learn today that's going to help you?
Yeah, you know, I learned a lot of stuff, just more track time than anything. I got some in 2019, but, you know, it's been so long since then, and I've grown as a person, so, you know, sometimes 18-year-olds forget that stuff. So, you know, I got a lot of track time today, and I feel like we got a good car tomorrow. Hopefully Chris and Kyle have got it tuned up, but, you know, Mark and Matt, my guys today, all the crew over back over there, you know, they just killed it, and what a day. Heck yeah.
Congratulations to our race winner, Ty Gibbs. Austin Hill finished 2nd. We talked about it. He came here to get that road racing experience. I was listening in on the radio. You said you overheated the tires there in that second half of the race. What was the biggest lesson you learned about road racing?
It's just one of those things that you want to push as hard as you can, and but at the same time you don't want to slip, you know, your right front tire or right rear tire or whatever, and trying to run down the 18, clicking off a little bit faster lap times. I think he was saving his stuff a little bit, and I just started overheating the front tires and using a lot of brake, and kind of played with the brake bias a little bit, just trying to put some rear brake to it. So I mean, I'm not sure what I could have done different other than maybe have a restart and just see if we could have another go at it. But all in all, we did a really good job. HRE and all the guys, Scott and all the guys for building this ARCA Toyota Camry, and this is our first race of the year in the ARCA series, so it was good. It was basically a brand new car, so it was nice to get out there and get some experience. But excited to go to Watkins Glen next to see if we can get a win.
That'll be the next time we see Austin Hill after the second place finish. Will be at the Watkins Hill road course later this season. We're going to move on back to Thad Moffitt. You guys made a track bar adjustment in that pit stop. What effect did that have on the second half of the race for you?
I think really the biggest effect was our drive off. It really helped us with our drive off. I think the biggest thing for me was just learning the entire race, getting to running up here. This is only my second road course, and the first one was in the rain. So I learned a lot today, and a lot to take into Watkins Glen later this year, and hopefully improve on this third place finish.
It's a great solid day for you. Nice job today, Thad. We're going to move on back to Brandon Jones. He started this race in the third position, finished out in the top 5. You wanted to get into a rhythm for tomorrow's race. How do you feel now about the Xfinity race?
Yeah, I mean, this was obviously that was my goal, right? To get laps for tomorrow. No qualifying, no practice for that Xfinity race. So all in all, a pretty solid day. I think we were probably comparable to the one car. 18 was still pretty fast again, so we got a little work to do when we come back for Watkins Glen, I think. But thanks to Ty, Menards, so much they do for our sport and myself. So looking forward to our next one for sure.
Kept the car in one piece. Nice job. We'll see you out here tomorrow afternoon. We are going to move on back to Nick Sanchez. We talked a lot about him and this young man. He's making a lot of improvements over the course of the season. Everyone's super impressed. You had some pointers this week from Austin Cindric. What effect did that have on the way you approach this race?
Austin's notes definitely did help me get up to speed a little quicker. I know in that long run there, I definitely implemented some of the stuff he gave me. But yeah, he's been a really big help going into Mid-Ohio with the success he has.
This is your mom, Shani Sanchez, standing next to you. This is a family sport. Your family's out here every time. When you're able to have a good, solid day like this, what is it like to get to go home and talk about it?
Oh, yeah, it's really nice having my mom and dad at most every race I go to, having their support. The way here, the way back, it definitely helps, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
So, Don, 150. Results, Ty Gibbs. Austin Hill with a nice comeback there, and Thad Moffitt matches his best finish of the season.
Another solid top 5 finish for Nick Sanchez. Really proud of Stan Barrett. I know he had some fun out there. Great 6th place run. Corey Heim fought back to a 7th after a couple penalties.
Yeah, Chris Wright, he definitely did a good job. After that lap 1, first corner going in the sand trap and digging back after that, I know he was wanting to have a yellow right there at the end and see if he had anything for him.
I wanted to see what Chris Wright could have. Obviously his lap times are quick. And here it is, you guys. Ty Gibbs mentioned the points. He's like, well, that should be the points lead.
Close. Yeah.
Spoke too soon, didn't he?
Just 1 point. And that's how it's going to be all year long, because those two young men are going to race up for these wins and race for top 2 finishes. It's going to be close all the way to the very end.
Hey, the pole gets a 1 point, right?
Yes.
Corey Heim.
That's the difference
right now.
That's the difference.
He got the pole earlier today.